Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the monthly March reading for my Virgo collective. Any major Virgo placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep in mind, energy and timing is still fluid. This reading could play out at any point in time throughout the month of March, or whenever you're guided to watch this video. So this reading may or may not be for you as well. So keep that in mind. I could also be speaking directly to you, Virgo, or directly to a cross watcher. So take the message how it resonates. Don't cram yourself into a reading that's not meant for you. Let's jump in, Virgo, and see what kind of a message needs to come through for you for the month of March. Loneliness. Have you been feeling alone, isolated, out in the cold? I think somebody's been very patient here when it comes to something happening in divine order. I think get ready to return to a certain state of harmony, of balance. There's this final judgment call being made, I feel, Virgo. And then we got the service energy. So Virgo is a very service-based sign. I think somebody's been in isolation, spiraling when it comes to some past life energy. And maybe there's been a major lesson learned when it comes to some self-esteem. I think if you've been facing some challenges, Virgo, adversity really is what allows us to grow and expand. I think maybe something's come to an end. Something is completely dying away. This ending, this challenging ending, really has taught you some valuable lessons, I think, and this ending merely is a new beginning. So a finality of some sort. Maybe you've been patient when it comes to this ending, something coming full circle. You can't go back and change the past, Virgo. So if there's any regrets, I think it's kind of time to release them, to really step into forgiveness. If you've been harboring any resentment, that's really going to block the state of flow when it comes to these energies. So release any regret about the past. You can't go back and change the past. And so if you're lonely or feeling isolated or abandoned from some past energy, maybe you need to kind of release some pride and some ego. When you really love yourself, then you can see your reflection in everybody that you cross paths with. So maybe there is a connection here serving as a mirror when it comes to some past regret. I think try and find the lighter side of the situation. There's always a silver lining when it comes to these lessons, Virgo. If you've been chronically indecisive, I think it's time for you to maybe use your intuition to finally make a judgment call when it comes to this ending, when it comes to this death energy, because I think maybe you've been playing into fear. And we have two choices. We can resolve our issues with fear, or we can resolve them with love. So I think you have been going through a period of grieving. Maybe you've lost a relationship or lost something dear to you, or something is going to be leaving your life. And maybe this is an opportunity to find a deeper appreciation for life. Release any guilt, regret, remorse, shame. All of those energies are wasted emotion, and they're not going to assist you when it comes to your soul's growth or your soul's evolution. So release the guilt so you can step into happiness, Virgo. So let's see what else needs to come through for you. Gratitude. I think be thankful for the lessons that you've learned recently, because I think maybe this was a stepping stone when it comes to you stepping into service. I think you're needing to find your inner strength and your courage to face any fears with confidence, especially if you've recently encountered a relationship failure or a relationship ending. This really is an opportunity for you to learn and to grow beyond any negative patterns that were stemming around this relationship. So I think this really was an opportunity for you to shed the old, to bring in the new, because I think happiness is around the corner. And I think maybe you need to work on restoring some self-esteem if you just recently ended a long-standing committed partnership. I think you likely have some soul gifts that have been emerging from this painful ending. I think this is a very painful ending. This might not even be linked to a relationship. This could just be a personal transformation, an internal death energy, ego death. There is some fear coming up, but I think you kind of got to be thankful for the lesson. Everything in hindsight always seems to make sense. So I think you are on the right path and you are stepping towards happiness and perhaps even being of service. So when we help others after we've learned a major life lesson and we bring that growth and that expansion and that lesson learned forward, that's when we can help others overcome whatever challenges we've had to find the inner strength to overcome. So all failure really is an opportunity to learn and to grow. So if you've been all up in your head, Virgo, and I know Virgo energy, I'm a Virgo moon, we're very fine detailed in the mind space. So release any worry, release any doubt. Worry ain't ever going to change an outcome. So release any fear and replace that fear with psychic insight. So get ready, because happiness is around the corner, Virgo. And I think you're really gonna need to just be grateful for whatever ending is taking place, because this is a restoration of your courage. This is a restoration of your faith. And this opportunity really is going to push you on the pathway towards achieving fulfillment and happiness. There is a fresh start right around the corner, Virgo. I think it's time for you to openly and honestly communicate freely with another from the depths of your very being. It's time for you to embrace this new beginning that is blossoming in your life. So if you've been going through transformation in that oozing stage, I think it's time for you to finally embrace the future and to step into the future with an open heart. So you might need to communicate these feelings with somebody, Virgo, because I think you're getting ready to embark on a new adventure. So, you know, maybe it's time to talk about this energy. Maybe it's time to kind of rise above all of these fearful energies, denial, guilt, shame, remorse. You might want to proceed slowly, though. I think your inner power is growing. As you prepare to embark on this new adventure, I think you're getting ready to soar to heights that you've never been to before. So I think get ready for a revelation. Perhaps even your spiritual pathway is getting illuminated this month. Let's see what else needs to come through for you, Virgo. Following your bliss. I don't know that you have been following your bliss. I think there's been a level of resistance when it comes to what your soul has been asking you to move towards. You might want to just embrace this energy. I think it's going to come in fast. I think it's time for you to start cherishing yourself, learning to love and accept all of the facets of yourself. And you got to start listening with your heart. There's that death energy. I think you've been in the throes of the dark night of the soul, Virgo. And I think it's time for you to open up. It's time for you to come out of the shadows, to come out of the darkness, and to come forward with that heart energy. Listen only to the messages that you've been receiving through the heart. I think you're learning a valuable lesson when it comes to self-acceptance, self-value, what it means to love yourself, to honor boundaries. It's time for you to step towards happiness, Virgo. It's time for you to start savoring the pleasure of freedom and to embrace this brand new cycle in love. I think you're finally getting ready to fully step boldly and confidently into your power. So get ready to kind of just embrace the flow of these energies, because there is without a doubt a major shift. Maybe you're going to need to, you know, address your social circle. Maybe you're connected to some friends that really aren't good for you. Maybe you need to choose your friends wisely, especially if you're going to start loving yourself and living life to the fullest. It's like this re-evaluation of your entire life, I feel, which is coming up to be addressed, Virgo. Let's see what else needs to come through. Build on solid ground. There's definitely something hidden that's coming to light when it comes to this illumination, when it comes to building a foundation for the future. I think you are preparing to live life to the fullest, but that always does start with loving yourself first. And there might be some grief. Grieve your losses. All things that are lost can be found again and replaced with something so much better. So I kind of feel like an ending to a long-standing foundation, and it's going to be this opportunity to build from ground zero. So open up to the loving energy coming forward. I think you're going through a period of rejuvenation, regeneration. You're getting ready to emerge from the shadows. Yeah, you are. You've been facing your deepest, darkest shadows, your deepest, darkest fears. And this truly is the opening to self-love. So I think whatever lesson's been coming up recently when it comes to this ending, It's a big lesson when it comes to being of service. When it comes to, you know, putting your message out there, I think you should count your blessings. I think this ending truly was a blessing in disguise. I don't think, you know, you were using your proper judgments, and I think it's kind of time to just release any judgments. It's time to step into this future energy. I think you've been thinking things through. Oh my goodness, made me go way down there, Virgo. I think you have been thinking things through, maybe even thinking about, you know, a new career path, how you can use this lesson to build a foundation for the future. Definitely some heart-based service energy coming through, and Virgo really is a service energy. So there is a need to bring forward forgiveness. You know, we will never ever truly forget everything that's been done to us. But forgiveness is what's going to allow this liberation feeling to come through. I think there's this reevaluation of all of your life priorities taking place. And I think stepping into a higher level of commitment, there's definitely a contract in play. And you are being asked to honor that spiritual commitment. It's time for you to start living your soul, not your role. So there's a need to kind of release the past, to allow this clearing to take place. Because you're reaching for greatness. You're reaching for the stars, Virgo. So it's time to really commit to this journey, to commit to your spiritual path in order to start living life to the fullest. So get ready to be open up to love. You or somebody you're connected with is going to be getting a major wake-up call, I feel. So this really is to get you both to look forward. Loving yourself is definitely a big, big thing coming up when it comes to addressing you know, anything negative in your life. You might have to address some addictions or some addictive behavior or maybe a social structure. It's time to just fully accept what's dying away and remove those blocks, kind of to jump into this energy of, you know, going after what it is that you desire. I think maybe it's time for you to take the lead of your life. Where have you not been taking the lead of your life? Because I think whatever lesson you learned, whatever painful lesson you've been going through, this really is an opportunity to turn that into something creative, your creative art, when it comes to stepping into service. So where you needing to claim back that creative aspect, that inner child healing work, I feel, and really stepping into taking the lead of your life. I'm being shown the Emperor card. So you might be this Emperor, or you might be dealing with an Emperor. Somebody here needs to boss up and to do the right thing when it comes to honoring a commitment and taking the lead of their life. But let's see what kind of activations are coming through. Oh my God. Radical transformation. It's time for you to go through this light body activation. I think you are accessing a lot of divine truth through your cellular memory. A lot of radical transformation as you go through this huge karmic board release, this karmic board clearing. I do feel you're entering into the violet flame chamber where all of this past energy kind of gets rebirthed by fire. I think you're going through an activation. And I feel as you go through this soul star activation, it's part of fulfilling some soul contracts that you agreed to this incarnation. So I think get ready for a lot of remembrance of why you're here, who you are, what you came here to do. And as you go through this learning experience, Virgo, a lot of wisdom is being transmitted through your cosmic intelligence. So I think get ready to clear all of these old stories once and for all, to release all of these past life timelines, and to really embrace this energy of freedom. I think I'm definitely going to need to get grounded. Definitely going to need to get grounded as you go through this light initiation. You are awakening to that great teacher from within, Virgo. And it's kind of time to release all of these old stories. Allow those old stories to go up in flames through this regeneration process. So I think a lot of soul memory, a lot of activation when it comes to soul memory and recalling your power. You know, I think a lot of future thinking is coming forward as well this month. And that sort of truth, divine protection. It's time for you to cut these cords in order to embrace this breakthrough. So they wanted me to keep this one out. I think I might read into the book for that one for you, Virgo. But yeah, get ready for a major heart awakening, unlocking the gateway of all of this truth, higher heart activation as you go through this major energetic clearing process. So yeah, I think you've been depleted recently. I think it's time for you to rewrite your story, to stop playing these old stories over and over and over again, and to break free and to start living in your authentic truth. Because there's something being revealed this month. Mirror, mirror on the wall. It's time to uncover all of these hidden treasures. I think get ready for an initiation. A lot of secrets are coming to the forefront, being revealed. A lot is being mirror reflected back to you when it comes to this regeneration, all of these abundant downloads. Something is being illuminated, and you are encouraged to learn from the past and to take this wisdom and to turn it into this high vibrational clarity energy to bring that forward as part of your service-based path this life. So no, we're not going to read out of the book for that, but we are going to pull into some chakra energies. Responsibility. So where are you needing to be responsible and take accountability for your life? We all have the power to embrace self-discipline. We all have the power to, be reliable, dependent, and to step into fulfillment. So I think, a lot of messages have been coming through in dream space. Pay attention to the messages in dream space, the signs, the symbols. They've all been guiding you forward towards this responsibility. So I think you've likely been doing a lot of inner child healing recently, a lot of innocence being restored. And I think a major lesson when it comes to materialism, greed, possessions, belongings, assets. I feel if you are going through a divorce of some sort, I think there might be like a divvying of the assets. Yeah, definitely a divvying of some assets here. Figuring out what belongs to who. So maybe there's going to be a final settlement. I think whatever's coming to an end, it's going to finally close out in order for you to step into this new beginning in love. Emotional balance, stability, harmony, peace, and fluidity. So I think practicality and stability is coming up to be addressed. And family issues for sure. So there might be like a divorce proceeding here coming full circle. Or, maybe, an ending from the past is coming back up for another spiral of understanding. But I kind of feel like you're in this birth energy. If you notice the two eggs in the nest, they've not quite hatched yet. So I think you've been dreaming about a family, planning for a family. And I don't think it's quite, reached its harvest yet. So let's see what else needs to come through. But family is in focus. So what else does Virgo need to be aware of when it comes to these energies, please? Personal boundaries. So yeah, maybe you need to get those boundaries up. I kind of feel somebody's at a crossroads when it comes to, asserting, making a choice. And in order to fully step into empowerment, Virgo, you're going to have to embrace authenticity. That is the most attractive thing ever, is when somebody is absolutely authentic. I think be open. There's a lot of sensuality when it comes to a spiritual connection here. Definitely an interconnectedness when it comes to this universal oneness that you share with another. A deep sexual attraction here. And maybe you've needed to kind of work on your self-esteem to know that you are worthy of this energy. So definitely heart energy. Higher heart activation, a lot of purging when it comes to this awakening. I think get ready for an awakening, something to be coming into your awareness for a deeper understanding. So I think this is really going to trigger like a self-evaluation in the month of March, maybe when it comes to finances, power, abundance, forgiveness. You might be struggling financially. You might be dealing with a Pisces. But I think forgiveness is really going to be the key in order for you to step back into compassion, to really embrace this healing journey. There's a lot of truth and transparency coming forward. And I think you need to be sincere in all of your communications. Honesty is going to be the key to this process of growth that you are going through. So let's get a couple activation cards. Magic. Oh my God, what I'm hearing is every little thing she does is magic. So you might want to listen to that song. There is a very magical connection here, one where the two of you are intricately connected. And you are encouraged to grow together, to move together towards all of these possibilities and these expressions. So get ready for something to come into manifestation. There's a lot of synergy here. A lot of energies functioning and working in your favor when it comes to this loving relationship. So be ready to embrace the unfamiliar. This new exciting co-creation is going to give way to a whole new reality. So either you are a divine masculine or you're dealing with a divine masculine. But either way, the energy is supporting movement, action, self-expression, and kind of going after your dreams. Definitely the conception of something brand new. So tap into this magic. The energy really is expanding your consciousness to your origin of truth. And this is the place where all creation can begin. So I think get ready to remember your infinite potential, Virgo. All of these possibilities and the cosmic realities and manifesting that into your physical reality. I think get ready to refocus your intentions and to refocus your awareness and to get grounded. What else does Virgo need to be aware of, please? Transition. There's that transition energy. So a lot of sacral chakra clearing. There is a lot of sexual desire here. And I think these desires really are stimulating this beautiful creative energy to be manifest in your life. So embrace this transitionary period, because this is the time in the shadows where you gain that support and that deep understanding of all of these ever-changing energies around you when it comes to the totality of all of your incarnations, all of your past lives. And I think it's kind of time to let go of the past, to release a bunch of baggage, because that kind of fell out like a big mess, and to allow yourself to surrender to this process. I think a lot of synergy is supporting the allowance and the acceptance of you kind of taking back your authority. Another heart energy. So definitely heart chakra activations, a lot of heart chakra. And with the tentacles, maybe you're in a very toxic karmic entanglement. But I do feel you're learning to let go. You're learning to surrender when it comes to this synergy of this co-creation that's coming forward. So I think maybe you need to be reminded, Virgo, that your true authority is powerful. You always have the ability to direct your life. And maybe it's time to realize this wise and loving power from within your heart, and to get that energy grounded with the earth. It's time for you to take back your personal power, Virgo, and it's time for you to bring forward your contribution to the whole of the world coming forward. So get ready for some harmonization when it comes to the mind, the body, and the soul. And I'm being shown 333, so that might mean something to somebody. Mind, body, and soul. Union is what I'm hearing. So let's jump in with some tarot and see what else needs to come through for you. Wishes. Oh my God, wishes. Wishes being granted. The Star and the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Get ready for a love offer, a romantic love offer. This is what you prayed for. This is what you asked for. Yes, yes, yes. Somebody's gaining a new perspective. Could be dealing with a Pisces or an Aquarius or a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I think get ready for some illumination. I think somebody's getting ready to lay down a long-standing burden. Maybe with this Queen of Coins. That could be your energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Somebody's thought long and hard about this connection, about this spiritual union. There's a deep spiritual connection here. The two of you are meant to be life partners. There's a lot of love here. You will see eye to eye. Maybe somebody's resisted this brand new beginning. Somebody's not been putting in the work, Virgo. There's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of creative aspects, co-creation. Somebody maybe wasn't willing to open up their heart. Big, big opportunity that somebody, I think, walked away from and didn't put the work into. And somebody's deeply wounded, I think. There was an ending. There was a death of something. This Queen of Pentacles is looking away. And this Nine of Wands is looking back at what they walked away from, I think. There's been some level of blocked communication when it comes to this union. And I think this has been a very slow, draining, daunting process. But somebody's putting in the action plans to come forward. Oh my God, 3 of Coins reverse, 10 of Coins reverse. That's the ending of a long-standing commitment. Foundation crumbling. It could even mean total financial ruin. Knight of Wands reverse. There's been no commitment. There's been no passion. There's been no drive. There's going to be something quickly crumbling to the ground in order for this expansive journey. There's definitely that life force activation coming through, Virgo. And then we got your energy, the Hermit. So it's time. Time's up. Tick-tock. Loyalty's in focus. Somebody's really been stuck for a long time, I think. You've worked hard in a foundation. You put a lot of effort into a foundation, and there was just no commitment there. There's something completely crashed into the ground. It wasn't built on solid grounds in the first place. There's no more working together. There's no sense of family, no sense of community. Quite possibly even somebody was in and out, cheating, having an affair. The Knight of Wands is my player card. And I think time's up. There's definitely a major activation of some life force energy taking place. And there is going to be this transition period of going within and learning a valuable lesson. Wherever you've been at, there's been no victory. There is no success. There's betrayal. There's backstabbing. You know, there's been, you know, a lack of love, a lack of healing. And it's kind of time to go through this healing process. You're walking away from something very toxic. You're rising above. You're walking the path. You're learning a very valuable lesson. You are going after wish fulfillment. There's been blocks when it comes to this rebalancing. There is a connection trying to come in that will be equal, that will be fair. There will be equal give and take. But it's kind of time to cut out any third-party drama is what I'm feeling. Let's keep going and see what else needs to come through here for you, Virgo. Central energy is that life force activation. And now we got that Queen of Coins. And that Knight of Coins is out again with that Knight of Cups. So whatever's taking place, it is leading to a brand new, loving, romantic experience. So you might need to go within for a bit. There's definitely this activation when it comes to your life force energy. So quite possibly even a Kundalini activation. I think you've been in a foundation that's felt hopeless, dark, dreary. The door's closing on the past. And it's time to process all of these deep emotions once and for all. I think a lot of childhood memories are coming up or surfacing to be addressed. I think you've been in a very unhealthy situation. There's no harmony. There's no balance. And I think maybe you've held on for the children. Maybe children have been deeply affected, but the divine is saying it's time to move on. This is fated, destined change. This is positive change for the future, no matter how painful it is. Maybe somebody's, you know, delivering a message you don't want to hear. This could be a message coming from a child. It's definitely not good news. I think there's somebody here that might even have some options with that Knight of Wands reversed. But let's look into this. 3 of Coins, 10 of Coins, reverse, Knight of Wands, reverse. Let's see what's going on here. This is past energy. So might have recently just went through an ending. Yeah, an unrequited love situation, a huge financial loss. This could very well have led to total financial ruin. The crumbling of a false partnership. Definitely some third-party karmic feminine energy here, without a doubt. There's about to be some secrets coming out is what I'm feeling. Definitely a huge missed opportunity. I think at one point in time, it brought you stability, but I think there might be, you know, a huge financial loss here. There's definitely going to be some truth when it comes to an unrequited love situation, and there's not going to be any building from ground zero and fixing that. So let's see what the 7 of Coins, Tree of Life, Hermit is all about. Yeah, there's that 8 of Swords, 5 of Cups, the World. A major process when it comes to healing some past heartbreak. I think a huge heart release, a huge heart chakra release, purging, all kinds of repressed emotions. And I think this really has been, you know, a prison that you've been in, a mental prison when it comes to past pain, past grief, maybe even a missed opportunity from the past. And it's kind of time to break out of that bubble, because a major lesson is being learned, Virgo. A major life lesson is being learned. You're taking a leap of faith in a new direction because it's time to heal this past pain. It's time for this karmic board clearing and this release so you can get your passion back. So let's see what this Queen of Coins is all about. Ooh, Four of Cups reversed. Nine of Swords, High Priestess. Somebody's been hiding a lot of emotions for you, or vice versa. Somebody's coming in with an offer. I think maybe in the past there was a missed opportunity. And somebody's been all up in their head, worried about making things right, maybe coming back and reviving something that's been long dead and gone. There's definitely some hidden emotions going to be coming to the surface. This Queen of Coins is receiving a love offer. I think maybe you've been worried about somebody coming back. There's definitely somebody coming back for a missed opportunity from the past. They see you as grounded, stable, solid, and they want to come forward. I think somebody in the past did not value you, did not reciprocate this connection, walked away from you. And I think you've been all trapped up in your head when it comes to this rebalancing. Maybe somebody went towards a third-party energy in the past. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe you didn't know your worth and you didn't know your value, Virgo. And maybe somebody walked away and wasn't willing to give you the love that it was that you deserve, so you could, you know, start your spiritual journey and walk the spiritual path, transform your life, know your worth, and know your value. Somebody's coming back in, and I think this has been a very long time coming. Somebody's coming in with an offer, something stable, something real. I think it's going to start off with this fresh, youthful energy. Somebody, I think, is coming back around that walked away from you. But let's see what this Knight of Cups is all about, Virgo. Page of Coins reversed, Three of Swords reversed, oh my God, Four of Coins reversed, Judgment, reconciliation. Somebody didn't put the work in before. They didn't come forward with something stable. Maybe it, you know, it was like a false start. You know, maybe it didn't actually accumulate to anything. But there's an apology coming. Somebody wants to heal this brokenness. Somebody wants to fix what's broken. There's going to be a huge release. And somebody's coming in facing that final judgment call. So an awakening, a heart awakening for sure. A process of soul retrieval in order to finally get your wishes granted, healing. So somebody's coming in to face that final judgment call because they can see clearly now where wish fulfillment lies. And they're kind of at the crossroads needing to make a decision. There's going to be a lot of fast forward movement here. There is victory and success. So get ready for somebody to come forward with an offer. I think this is going to happen very quickly. You're not going to be ready for this, but I think this has been long overdue. It's time to heal the past. It's time to remove the blocks and to step into fulfillment, Virgo. So let's get you a couple last messages from Spirit. In order to enjoy the present, you got to heal the past. Get ready to embrace the future. Somebody's self-awareness is gaining a new perspective when it comes to this blessing that's trying to come in. What else can you tell me for Virgo, please? What other messages for Virgo from Spirit need to come through? So a lot of illusions being shattered, Virgo. It's time for you to finally adopt a healthy state of mind, to release all of these negative influences, because if you don't leave these toxic situations on your own, you're about to get a major wake-up call and a major tower. Get rid of this victimization. You can only allow yourself to be victimized if you let others do that to you. So you always have a choice to take your power back. Take your power back. Everything is all right. It's time to embrace being that pillar of strength, Virgo. It's time to overcome these obstacles. There's going to be a lot of external forces playing an influence in your life in March. You're going to have to pay attention. Happiness is around the corner. I don't think you have all of the information that you need, so you might want to just take a step back and be the observer a bit as all of this kind of plays out. But I think somebody is very grateful to have you in their life. They view you as their heart's treasure. And I think if you've been sensing somebody coming back around, you're likely spot on. It's kind of time to open up the treasure of the heart and to go towards this expansive connection, because it will lead to fulfillment. It will lead to a lot of family joy, a lot of family love. I think you've been going through a very tough situation, a very tough ending, and it's time to kind of recover. Soul recovery. I think you are encouraged to keep a journal any epiphanies, any dreams, whatever messages are coming through, jot it down and pay attention. It might not make sense right now, but it might make sense down the road. So keep a journal, write about these energies. And I think it's kind of like this redo with the Judgment. I think you're being given a chance to do something over again, Virgo. So what are you going to do differently this time so you can step into wishes being granted, so you can step into healing? So that's kind of what I got for you, Virgo. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.